नहीं तो आज अष्टमी है नवरात्रि की, आपको यहीं से आपका
जिस घर से अफसल निकलेगा उसको फाड़ा जाएगा.
So this happened on the 30th of January, that too in the financial capital of the country, in Mumbai. We were not able to show you the full video of the speech as the speakers go on to spew hate against the minority community. But who are these speakers and why are we taking cognizance of it? All of it in the video today. We would also be joined by Maharashtra's foremost journalist, Mr. Girish Kuber. But before that, let's find out what the matter was. So after 30 rallies across Maharashtra, the Sakal Hindu Samaj, an umbrella body of Hindu organizations, held the Hindu Jan Aakrosh Morch amid calls for law against religious conversions, an alleged love jihad, and a boycott of goods from shop owned by members of the minority community. The event was attended by several top party leaders and members of the Maharashtra government, including BJP MLAs across Maharashtra. Now, the Hindu Jan Aakrosh Samiti, the sister organization of the infamous Sanatan Sanstha, has been organizing such rallies across Maharashtra and now finally in Mumbai, a place which has not witnessed large-scale communal violence since 1993. So is this an attempt to communalize the politics of Maharashtra for the purpose of upcoming BMC polls? The BJP's top brass, including Amit Shah, has made it clear on how important BMC is for them. So let us understand the politics behind the Love Jihad protest from Mr. Girish Kuber, the editor of Lok Satta. Namaskar, we all have with us a very special person from Mumbai, Mr. Girish Kuber, who is the editor of Indian Express's Marathi edition, which is Lok Satta. And he has been a close observer of Maharashtra politics and whatever is happening in Maharashtra. Apart from that, he's also written a lot of books, in 6 books to be precise, in Marathi. And his recent book on the Tatas also won awards. So welcome to the Wire, Girishji, and thank you so much for giving us the time. Sir, first of all, before going to the topic of the Love Jihad protest and everything, I want to ask about the BMC election. Why is it getting delayed? And the golden question, what do you think would be the suitable date that the BMC election would be commencing?
See, there are two things and not necessarily linked to each other. First is about love jihad. Love jihad and related issues, I look at it as a part of an overall political agenda to polarize the atmosphere and politics. So that apart. And BMC has a unique reason this time because what happened in last June, the split in Shiv Sena. And one of the faction led by Eknath Shinde joined hands with the BJP, and now they're hoping to make inroads into the BMC. Unfortunately, the traction BJP was expecting Eknath Shinde to have in Mumbai doesn't seem to be the way it was expected to be. So that's the reason they're dragging feet. And it's not only Mumbai. There are going to be 15 municipal corporations in all over Maharashtra, municipal bodies. So you can say it's mini state assembly election. Thane, which is home turf of Mr. Eknath Shinde, that is also going to polls. And here, local BJP is fighting their against Mr. Shinde. So there is a lot of resentment in the city BJP, state BJP also. And that is impacting chances of the ruling alliance. And that's why the delay. It's as simple as that.
Okay. So the BJP is, you are saying that the BJP is kind of afraid that they would lose because the split did not go as planned?
Correct.
Okay.
That's exactly is the reason, because Marathi votes seem to be still with Shinde. And the indication of that happened a couple of months back when BJP in last moment pulled off from one of the most important by-elections in Andheri. Western suburb of Mumbai, that could have been a litmus test. And BJP, its obsession for fighting each and every election on the earth can be expected. It was absolutely shocking for the BJP to withdraw its candidate at the last moment. BJP doesn't give up any fight. But Andheri by-election, they withdrew from the fray. And that came as the first surprise and first indication also of BJP and Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena not exactly going with the speed they were expected of.
Okay. So now moving on to the topic of the day, which is about the Love Jihad protest happened in prime areas in Mumbai, we saw
Yeah.
a lot of people flocking in Dadar and nearby areas. Even Sena Bhavan was
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
areas where the protest went through. So, do you think, and a lot of BJP people, BJP leaders were also part of the protest, although they were not carrying the BJP banners per se, but they were part of,
Yeah.
very much part of the protest. So, do you think it is a direct attempt to communalize the politics in the coming elections, that this is going to be the main mudda, so to say?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not only in Maharashtra. It happened in Karnataka. It will soon happen in Madhya Pradesh. Whichever state going to polls will see this kind of attempt to polarize. Actually, Maharashtra, and that too, especially in Mumbai, there is nothing like love jihad. I mean, such a cosmopolitan city known for its peaceful, except the 1990 riots and whatever happened after that. But there is nothing like you can create an issue out of love jihad. So there is definitely an attempt to polarize the atmosphere, to raise the temper on this issue, because it's not only the municipal elections the state will be witnessing. There are 9 states which will be going to polls in this year, beginning Karnataka in May, and Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh towards the end of November. I mean, end of year. After that is Maharashtra itself will be going to polls. So to keep the pot boiling, as they say. So this is one of the attempts to actually on that.
Sir, a few months back, I was in Chiplun, my hometown. So a similar sort of protest took place there by Sanatan Sanstha, the Hindu Jan Aakrosh Morch. It is not as if this issue was such a big issue in the parts of Konkan. But the Sanatan Sanstha carried out a lot of rallies, not just in Chiplun, in Khed and other parts also. So, do you think this is not just a part of election politics, and this has a larger reason for these protests which are happening?
So there is definitely larger reason. Elections is one of the measures which can be actually looked at. But is there a larger game plan? Everybody knows about it, and Konkan especially is known for having Muslims and Hindus living absolutely peacefully. I mean, they worship Ganesha. I mean, Hindus follow Muslim rituals, or at least participate in celebrations and all that. So, but now the whole attempt basically to create us versus they, and that's a larger part of politics. Whatever India is witnessing, it's everywhere. Like there was an attempt in Vasai to stall one marriage. It was supposed to be between Hindu girl and Christian boy, or vice versa. So this is unfortunately is a small part of large politics, and which everybody is witnessing.
The bigger question here is, are we saying that women have no agency in India? Because if we see a Muslim women marrying a Hindu guy, then necessarily there is no problem for the Sanatan Sanstha. So is this a patriarchal problem, and are we not giving enough agency to our women?
It's actually both. It's patriarchal. It's what you call the total polarization. It's us versus they. It's creating a divide, and parochial, and then the Hindu, and then misogynist. It's everything actually. It's everything. So because if love jihad conceptually just someone accepts, it shouldn't be, but still one accepts. It shouldn't be an. There is no issue if a girl from other religion marries to Hindu boy. Issue is Hindu girl marrying to someone from the other region. So the fundamentally it's flawed. But there are attempts to sell this idea, and if it is being bought, then there is a serious issue.
यहाँ के युवकों से मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ कि हम बहू ला सकते हैं क्या? आप सभी तैयार हैं बहू लाने के लिए?
So, do you think after this rally, a lot of hate speeches were given? A certain gentleman from Telangana, I won't call him a gentleman, but he was giving a hate speech in the rally. So, do you think hate speech will become common in Mumbai, given that?
No, but see, Mumbai being Mumbai, this rally was taken note of. But rallies were planned, and they were actually they happened all over Maharashtra. But except those who are interested in it has had no impact, fortunately. And there is an attempt to vitiate the atmosphere, poison the minds, but it's still not happening. That's a positive sign. I look at it. So rally was just one of the event, one of the attempt. That's okay, but it's not that entire Mumbai took note of, and there is no issue that people should be agitated, or they should be active, or they should be reacting. Nothing of that sort of happened.
So you're saying that essentially the people of Maharashtra are not buying into this politics of hate?
Yes. Maharashtra historically has always had this rational thought. The secular movement began in Maharashtra. The atheist movement began in Maharashtra. That's why we call Maharashtra land of reason. And unfortunately, there were attempts, but one and two incidences, and it hasn't gone very far. And I hope it won't go that far.
Okay, wonderful, sir. Before leaving you, I just want to ask you one final question about Shiv Sena and the entire politics which has been happening, the drama which has been happening. So, do you think after all the things that happened, do you think the Shiv Sena of Uddhav Thackeray would be able to come out of this problem and become one of the main parties in Mumbai and Maharashtra?
See, Shiv Sena has a very weird style of getting or creating sympathy for itself. They are excellent players in playing victimhood, and now they are exactly doing that. And somehow it has always worked since its inception. So whenever they try to sell the story of how Marathi Manus is being insulted, humiliated, and how Delhi is imposing its own rule and kind of stuff, so that works. That works. And thanks to Shiv Sena's success in lumpenization of politics, it has always worked. So looks like it may be a good chance for Shiv Sena to bounce back on this. The reason I'm saying that, as we began, it's not exactly opposite is happening. So had it been not the case for pro-Shiv Sena feeling or rather sympathy for Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde faction would have had a great traction, which is not, which hardly is seen and felt. So there is an overall feeling that the sympathy factor will work, and somehow Shiv Sena will still manage to float around.
Okay, wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for speaking to us, and thank you so much for taking time out in your busy schedule.
Thank you. Thanks.